Alright, welcome back channel. So here's episode 2 of the EG. Alright, so here's a little update. There's S2000 right there. A little update on the EG of how far we got along with this car. I'm not going to do any DIYs on how to put stuff together. There's a lot of videos out there on how to put a K-swap into an EG. I'm just going to do my process of what I've done and everything like that. There's the RSX and stuff like that. There's the EG. Let me turn some light on in here. So the update, I did put some, I don't know if you can see, I put some nice lights in here, give us more light. There's about a couple sets like that. Lights up pretty good in here because I'm blind. I can't see shit in the dark. But anyways, so here's the update. I'll go ahead and pop the hood. Alright, so the update is the motor's in the car. Let me put this stand on real quick. Come on, bitch. Oh, shit. Okay, anyways. Motor's in the car. And there she is. Cover up for the night. Keep her all cozy. So, yeah, we got the motor in the car. I got intake manifold mocked up. I got the fuel rail mocked up. I do have to do some brackets going from here to here because the QD doesn't quite bolt up to it, so I got to make those brackets. But that's just mocked up. Did get a water neck. Got the water neck. Got some black and fittings. What else? I'll talk about the motor mounts right now. Eventually gonna get this teal. These are all teal right now. The hardware, all the hardware's teal. Eventually gonna get that teal from Acuity. So the mounts I'm running are Jack Spania lean mounts. Okay, as you can see, the motor has a forward lean on it. Okay. Now I ordered the header, and it was a lean header. When I ordered it, I didn't look at it good enough and didn't know that the lean header goes out further. So I bought original K-swap mounts from Jack Spania. Come to figure out that the header would not fit at all. The motor was sitting back. So I had to go out and buy the lean mounts, which wasn't too bad. They're only like $3 something for the mounts. So that wasn't too bad to eat that money for the other mounts. Transmission's in here. It's a 5-speed. So yeah, got the lean mounts in. It's kind of cool if you look back here. That's the rear mount for the lean mount. It's got like a wishbone style and then it connects to the transmission. It's got that right there. It was fairly easy to put in. We lifted it up, dropped it down. I think we put this one in first and then put that one in, and then we had to kind of pull the motor this way to get the transmission mount in. But that sits pretty damn good. I'll go ahead here in a second and mock up the header, show you guys, and show you what else I have to do over here to make the header work. Brake system's all hooked up. Lines are hooked up to the calipers. The F fittings hooked up. All the brake lines are good to go. Battery location box right there from Jack Spania. Got that. So the header, it's a Jack Spania lean mount. As you can see, I had to beat the shit out of it, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'll go ahead and clean it up and hit some paint on it. But when the header comes, it sits right up against here. So I do have to take the grinder and grind this down a little bit, not much, a little bit, and then that header will fit perfect in here. So I'll go ahead and mock it up real quick for you guys, and then we'll go from there. All right, so it's just mocked up right now, and then I mean it looks really good in there. Yeah, as you can see, rubbed a little bit right here. Used to rub pretty good on this V-band. Still has a little bit more room to go up and down, But I do need to fix this up, grind it down a little bit so this will fit nice. As you can see, it's not much that I got to do, a little gap, it's just causing that. So I'll get that buttoned up or get that done, spray it, then I can go ahead and get this done. We are going to run a fender exit, so eventually I'll be cutting a 4.5 hole right here, and then I'll spray that, make sure it don't get any rust. Fender, of course, hole there. Thought about doing the hood exit, but I really do like the NAs with the fender exit, so let's go that route. In all reality, this car will probably never see the street because I live in California. Will probably mainly be just a drag strip car, so out the fender it goes. Let's see what else. Did get the steering wheel hooked up. It's a green steering wheel, one I was given to me. Worked out good. Didn't want to buy a new one, so I just went with that one. Eventually here I'm going to start running some harnesses. I do have the shifter mocked up. I have to take these lines and run them to the staging brake. Eventually going to do that. But yeah, I think some harnesses I do gotta start running here soon too. It's a lot of little shit. I have a lot of parts sitting in there. I am running into an issue with the radiator. I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick. I will have to fab up something to put the radiator in. Let me grab the radiator real quick. So stock location for the radiator, you can see the tabs, and as you can see, the intake sits right above one of those tabs, so the radiator stock location won't work. So we're gonna end up setting it right about here. What? I guess backwards. Anyways, it's gonna be set up right in generally kind of this area. Look at the hose connections are pretty good. The hose connection from the electric water pump to the down spout right there is pretty good. So I'll have to fab something up to put that right there. So that's the plan with the radiator. Another thing is with the radiator here and the fan shroud that I have over there, it hits the shifter. So we are going to put the fan on this side and have it push air through it. I'm not too worried about heat on this thing because we are going to be running M1 through it. And if anybody knows, M1 is a little bit cooler, makes your engine run a little bit cooler. So, and it's going to be a shutdown car. So basically pull up, do my run, shut down at the end. And then all I got to do is, you know, drive it to the pits, which ain't going to take a lot and it won't overheat. So I'm not worried about the fan being over here. At least it'll be pushing some air and kind of cooling it down. So yeah, basically the fan will just go in front of here and it'll be a push air type fan instead of, you know, sucking through the fins, but it'll work. So that's the radiator setup. I will grab the fuel cell, show you where the fuel cell is going to go. So we are going to run, I got to mock the bumper up and we're going to run a plate on the bottom. Okay. So I'll show you where the fuel cell goes and then I'll show you how the fuel system is going to be ran. All right. So this is a Jack Spania 2.5 gallon fuel cell. So fuel cell will come up through there, that hole. Okay. See if I can do this with one hand real quick. Hold on. So the fuel cell will look something like that. Okay. You got your return line there. My thumb is in the feed line. I got a bracket right there that I can go into the what the fuck's that called? The fucking frame. And then I'll just have to make a bracket for that to attach somewhere right here. And that'll keep the fuel cell there. Now, again, I will have a plate that'll be here running the front for all my fuel system. So this will also kind of sit on top of the plate. I'll put some foam rubber stuff so vibration and shit doesn't rub it. But that'll also sit on the plate too, give it some support. Coming to the fuel system, I'll have my feed there, or my feed will go there. It'll connect to so I'll have my feed, I'll have a filter, fuel pump, and then up into the fuel well, sound like a little fucking kid. Anyways, fuel rail, back out to the return, and then the return will drop back into there, or the hose, the return line. And then from here to here, I will have some type of filter as well. So I'll have 2 filters. And then I'm still thinking I need to reach out to my tuner and see if I need to run a fuel I can't talk today. Fuel pressure regulator on this. If I do, I'll just have the regulator on the rail and then line, filter, whatever. Reason I'm running all the fuel system right up here is, for one, M1's really corrosive, so I'll have to tear this down after, you know, a track day, clean it all up, store it in a little box, and then put it all back on when I'm ready to go back racing again. That'll include the injectors, the rail, the tank, the lines, the pump, everything. Anything that deals with fuel, I'll have to clean it all out, pull the injectors out, clean in there. So that's why I set it up like this, to where everything's in the front. That way it's easy access to grab, clean it, store it, and put it back in. Bam, bam, you know, quick and easy. I have an AEM high flow fuel pump. It is I want to say it's 400 liters. I don't know where it's at. I think it's a 400 liter. Anyways, pretty big guy. So it's an inline fuel pump from AEM. I think it was 400 liters per whatever it is. So that's the fuel filter. Nothing in there. But yeah, that's how the fuel system is gonna be. As for that, I mean, that's pretty much the setup is how I'm gonna do it. Fuel, exhaust, all that stuff. And then of course I gotta run my shifter cables, got the shifter cable bracket. I think the sensor back there, I think that's a reverse lockout, or is that a speed sensor? Anyways, it's a base model RSX 5-speed. Can't remember off the top of my head right now whether that sensor is, but anyways, still got to drill the holes for my shifter cables. Still got to run the brake lines for staging brake. Still got to mount the shifter. Yeah, got to do all that stuff. Probably get all that stuff done and then work on routing my harness. Don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I know the K-Tune runs this way and goes out and then branches out. The RSX, I do have a carrot top, which does run out of the driver's side, which I wish I had, because I would just run it there and then everything would just go this way and it'll flow nicely. Might reach out to Carrot Top and see if they can hook me up with one of those or get one of those. But if not, I mean, I still have enough clearance that I could go this way, but we'll see. I mean, this thing is sitting pretty damn close to all this stuff right here. I could always heat wrap it or whatever, put a harness heat wrap on it. I'll know when I get there. Do need plugs, do need coils, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it, the setup. We're getting there, plucking away at all the stuff we need to do. I have a starter for it. I do need to get an alternator. I do got to run through everything I put on and make sure everything's tight, like the electric water pump and that stuff. I think I just mocked it up and didn't really tight it. Another issue I'm running into is this is a Jack Spanier 90mm throttle body. So where this hits right here, the backside of the throttle body almost gets right here where the water pump is. I am going to try to put a 90-degree coupler on here and see how it fits. If it fits good, great. If not, I'll have to make a bracket and move this pump over just a tad bit in order for everything, you know, in order for that 90-degree or whatever to fit right here. But it'll be close. It'll be real close. I just got to get a coupler and put one on. But hopefully that's not an issue, but it can be fixed by just moving that electric water pump over. So not too bad. Do have the plug for the heater. Have to run these lines from there to the electric water pump housing. There's a fitting on there. Let's see what else. I do have on this right here, on the oil filter, I do have those oil cooler lines. Not gonna run them, I'll just fucking plug them. I don't need to keep that cool. But yeah, so that's not a biggie. But other than that, it's just plugging away, putting parts on. Been a little bit busy here and there, so I haven't got to do really full go at it. This thing is full of parts. There's a bunch of parts in there. Just got shit everywhere. Still have a bunch of parts coming in. Actually, a lot of parts coming in for this. Yeah, so, you know, stay tuned. I'll keep you guys up to date. Like I said, I'm not going to do a lot of DIYs on this because there's plenty of videos on how to hook all this up, a K-swap and EEG. I might make a video on how these motor mounts mount up, because when I first got them, it was a little fucking tricky and I couldn't figure it out. But I will, yeah, I'll make a video on that just to show you how to do the lean mounts on this setup. Wasn't too hard, just took me a minute to figure out what bracket goes where and how it did it and how it leaned and all this good shit. But I'll drop a video on that later. Now, benefits of a lean. Lean is good for, so when you have hood exits and shit like that, they have a typically they're more, the runners are more crunched in, I guess you could say. So you don't get that open up effect of a hood exit like you do on the lean, because it's more opened up and out. So the runners are longer, they're more spread out, and it's better for like a hood exit type because it's more pushed out, it's more exhaust, I guess you could say, can come out. If I was running ITBs, when I initially wanted to do this motor, I've had this motor for about 4 years, built, sitting in my house. I initially wanted to go ITBs, budget didn't let me, so I went with the Jack Spania center feed. Might go back to, you know, eventually come up on some money and go to ITBs. We'll see. At least if I do, I'll have this set up where the ITBs, you know, will fit on this or whatever, however it is. I guess it's better for the ITBs. Thing with it being leaning and the oil drains over there, of course I have to jack the car up a little bit higher to get the oil out. If not, I'll just buy a pump system and pump it out. No biggie, that's an easy fix. And then if I really wanted to, I could get a drain plug welded on the front. They say, a lot of people say that the oil pan, you know, because it's leaning this way, that the pickup tube doesn't suck it. Go out there, research. There's plenty of cars running with the stock pan, stock pump. It does not starve it. So it should be okay there. Yeah, I'll drop a video on how these lean mounts for Jack Spania hooks up, because I tried looking everywhere and I couldn't find no video, so this will probably help somebody out in the future. So I'll drop a video on that. Other than that, just stay tuned. Dropping a lot of parts, trying to get this thing going. Maybe in a couple months, 2-3 months, have this thing up and running, tuned, and at the drag strip. Hopefully, you know, shit happens though. Money, stuff like that. Yeah, there she is. I will later reveal what her name is. She does have a name. Like the RSX basically was my KL Day. That's what I started my KL Day. So that's basically KL Day car right there. But she is going to have a name. She's a she. As soon as I get the sticker made up and put up on the back window, I will go ahead and release a video on her name, why I picked her name, and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, stay tuned for that video too. So yeah, enough of me rambling. If the guys are interested, you know, subscribe, like I said, I'm gonna be doing this, trying to get this car done as quick as I can, money wise and time wise, to get it done, get it running, get it on the drag strip, have some fun with it. But yeah, there's the video. Stay tuned for the next videos coming up. Like, subscribe. KL Day. Catch you guys on the next one. Night night, little buddy. See you later. Get your good rest.